Look, you've probably seen those reels on Instagram, the digital nomad interviews, how much I spend in Bali, and the day in life videos. And maybe you're just like me back in 2018, because I was binge watching these videos, trying to figure out how I could have a life full of travel, freedom, adventure, a digital nomad lifestyle. Back then, I was thinking there must be a secret out there or something that only a select few know that are living that life. But the reality couldn't be further from the truth. And being in the 4th year of traveling as a digital nomad, I know how many people just get it wrong. Because in 2025, anybody can become a digital nomad without building a complex business for 2 years and then hoping that you'll have passive income just to waste your time and money. Or working longer than 6 hours per day and juggling 14 tasks on your to-do list for your freelance work. This method that I'm about to teach you in a second works so well. Then when I unlocked this secret, a few months after, I was sipping coconuts with those little pink umbrellas, making money on the internet without having a boss. But of course, it didn't start like this. Back then, I only had one dream: to become a digital nomad and explore tropical islands and those hidden waterfalls, play volleyball during sunset and feel the waves of the bluest water. And of course, drink coconut cocktails with those little pink umbrellas. After college, I thought I was gonna have a really cool job with very cool business trips and going on fancy vacations. But then in reality, those 21 days of freedom was just not enough for me and won't get me the experience of life that I really want. So I realized I have to do something online. And it's then that I heard about Gary Vaynerchuk, Stephen Bartlett, and what all these people had in common is they were all building an online business. So I thought I have to do the same. I have to build an online business. And from all the BS and dropshipping advice I found online, me and my girlfriend back then chose to build an e-commerce business. That seemed like the most honest and legal thing to do. After a lot of pain, struggles, blood and tears, we were finally getting some orders and we became excited about traveling. But the business took so much of our time. We were working non-stop from 7 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. in the evening. Our relationship became like a business partnership, which was actually a very bad decision. And the excitement turned into this anxious question of how are we gonna keep this up? Sadly enough, we decided to stop the business. My conclusion: running a complex online business won't give you the freedom and adventure you're looking for as a digital nomad. And at that moment, I was so anxious and lost. What if those reels were just a scam? What if I fell for the lies those gurus were feeding me? What if I'm just not part of those lucky fews that get to live this lifestyle? I was literally shaking because I was so scared that I would lose the opportunity to travel the world and see everything with my own eyes. But I couldn't give up because I believed there must be an answer for this. And on a casual Tuesday, after the 37th minute of doom scrolling on Instagram, I found another guy that was living my dream life. But somehow, he was different. I felt like a real connection with him. So I opened up my laptop, I searched up his name, and I came on his YouTube channel, Lost LeBlanc. And as I was going through his videos, I thought he would show me the ins and outs of freelance, like all the other 11 digital nomad experts that I've seen so far. But he wasn't like that. And once I watched his video, there was one thing that stood out to me. He said, I started making money online, I started traveling the world by monetizing one skill. And this left me thinking, skill? What does he mean by one skill? What can one skill solve? It was echoing in my head while I was trying to get to sleep. And exact at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, I woke up and I had a massive breakthrough. I realized that the digital nomad lifestyle that all these young people are living on Instagram is not realized by running complex businesses, a top secret online income, 10 to 12 hours of freelance work, but through monetizing one skill, aka hybrid freelancing. And if we compare it to the 3 most popular online money-making methods like freelancing, SMMA, and dropshipping, through the 3 most important aspects for traveling lifestyle, those being simplicity, time, and money, I quickly understood why people are doing this. Because while freelancing is simple, the money you make from clients is not that much. It's only between 200 and 1,000 per client. And to make a good income, like 3,000 to 5,000 per month, you will need between 5 to 10 clients, which is at least 8 to maybe 12-hour workdays. You don't want that. With SMMA, you can make a decent amount of money per client. Think of 1,000 to 2,500 per client, but it comes at the cost of your time and management skills, because you have to manage your employees, the people that are working for you, and that will give you so much headache that you you won't have the freedom that you deserve. With dropshipping, it's not that complicated, but you need at least $5,000 to invest in marketing. And if you're a beginner, chances are that you're just gonna waste that $5,000 to learn how to do it. And on top of that, with dropshipping, you only have 10 to 20% profit margin. So imagine making 10,000 in a month, but you only keep 1,000, while you're also going to be stressed about customer service, tracking your packages, and then of course taxes and VAT, which is a headache. While this could work for some, it's not a perfect fit for a traveling lifestyle, especially when you're just starting out, because of either the time it requires, or the money you need, or the experience. While hybrid freelancing is actually very simple, because you don't need complicated systems or procedures like SMMA and dropshipping. And because of its unique structure, your profitability skyrockets, because you either make 1,000 to 2,500 per client, which takes you maybe 1 to 2 hours per day, or you make between 100 and 500 with no extra work needed. And the best part with hybrid freelancing is you can do it all by yourself without any business experience, because it's simple, straight to the point, and an easy process, which I'll show you in a minute. Like Suki, for example, she didn't even know that it was possible to make money online. But after implementing this strategy, she made 1,750 in her first month. And now she's living in Bali and traveling around living the digital nomad lifestyle. This happened because when you do hybrid freelancing, you don't need complex systems or procedures, which takes time to perfect and costs thousands of dollars. All you need is a laptop and a simple process that I'll show you in a minute. You can make twice, 3 times, or even 5 times as much as a traditional freelancer because of this unique structure without ever having to work more. You have real time, money, and location freedom, because instead of slaving away 10 to 12 hours per day for your clients like a regular freelancer, you leverage this unique structure to cut 80% of your work while making more income. But how does hybrid freelancing work? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's actually very simple. You monetize one skill like a regular freelancer, but this is where most freelancers mess up, because they just stop here. And what that means is when you have a meeting with a potential client that is maybe not your perfect ideal client, who you actually don't really want to work with, or it's somebody that can't really afford your services, you either lose that sale, or you're gonna start a contract with a client that is not your ideal client, that's gonna push you around, that's gonna be a headache. And this is what you don't want as a beginning traveler. So with hybrid freelancing, we actually charge a little bit more than the regular freelancer, and on top of that, we create a very simple digital product. So if we meet our ideal client that is a perfect fit, we actually earn more with less work. Or if we meet with a bad client or not a perfect fit, or somebody that can't afford our prices, then we can sell them our digital product. That way we never have to worry with working with people that we don't want to work with, but yet we can still help them make hundreds of dollars on top of that. And it may seem like it's complicated or that you need business experience, but that's not the case. I implemented this system without any experience as a beginner, and I was able to quickly scale up to $5,000 per month in my first year doing this. And I finally started traveling the world as a digital nomad. And if you think I just got lucky, which might have happened, because I cannot guarantee the same results for you, and even though Suki made it happen pretty quickly, I still didn't think it would work for everyone. That's why I taught it to Nicholas, and after a few months, he booked his one-way ticket to start traveling and live the digital nomad lifestyle as well. And finally, because I saw so much success with this method, I actually call it the 1-2-3 system, because all you need is one skill, 2 offers, and 3 steps. I want to go with you through the 3-step process, because if you implement it correctly, I could guarantee you in 3 to 6 months, you can escape your hometown, go into an exotic island, doing something that you love. All right, let's get into it. First, we start with skill selection. The first and the most important step is to choose a skill that you already have or that you're willing to learn. And no, before you say like, oh, Joachim, I don't have any skills, hold up a minute, because it's just not true. I've met people that are online breakdance teachers. I know people that are online acrobatic teachers. I know people that are anger management consultants. And if somebody can make 2,000 to 5,000 as a freelancer doing that, there's no way that you could not. You could earn at least 10,000 per month with this method and the skill that you will choose. But before you get excited to try to sell a hidden skill, I have to warn you, because not every skill has the same value on the marketplace. If there is no real problem attached to the problem you're going to solve, you're not going to earn a lot. So how can you know what skill is going to sell? I have a very simple method for this, but you'll have to take pen and paper. So you're going to create a table with 4 columns. In the first column, you write your interests. For example, fitness, painting, psychology, just to name a few, or just anything you're interested in. These are interests that you could monetize because you're an expert in it. But we need to identify the skills from these interests that you can sell and monetize. So we will use the next 3 columns to write monetizable skills. For that, you will go to Fiverr and you just type your interest into the search bar, because there we will find other freelancers that are selling skills. That way we also know what the market is searching for and what they want. For example, let's use fitness. After analyzing, I see the following results: creating a follow-along fitness video, being an online trainer, creating a nutrition or workout plan, and you will write them down in 3 columns, and if you like one of them, you know what to do now. Or you can redo this for every interest you have until you find that one. When I was doing this, even though I failed at one e-commerce store, I learned meta ads, and I was very interested in that as well, and I enjoyed it, so I chose that one skill. And I also saw that a normal freelancer was earning between $100 and $150 per hour. Okay, the next step is building that money machine. After you decided that one skill that people want, it's time to build your offer and your digital offer. Your offer should be something that interests and directly impacts your customer that you want to help. And your digital product is what you want to sell to those people that can't afford your services or people you just don't want to work with. The creation of these are pretty simple, but they're different. There's a 3-step process that I follow creating an offer: the what, the how, and the price. Meaning, what's the problem you're solving? How are you going to solve that problem? And how much are you going to ask for the solution? If we chose the fitness niche and we like the idea of personalized workout plans, the process would look like this. The problem would be 9-to-5ers who have a very busy schedule that don't have enough time to go to the gym, and that's why they're unhealthy. How I'm going to do that is by creating a very in-depth personal plan that they can follow along. My pricing would depend on the length of the workout plan. The 3-month personalized plan would be $500, the 6-month personalized plan would be $800, and a 1-year personalized plan would be $1,200. And voila, you have your offer. So now you have to package that into one sentence so that when people read that, they're interested in working with you. In this case, it would be: I help 9-to-5ers with limited time to focus on their body to become more healthy and energetic. This through an in-depth personalized plan for 3, 6, or 12 months. Now, who would say no to that if you're that busy 9-to-5er? I definitely wouldn't. But it's still impossible to sell this offer to everyone. And that is exactly why we have the digital product. If the potential client can't afford our original offer, we show them our digital product that we created to solve the same problem, has the same solution, but just a different price. Because the digital product is not personalized to one person. And because of that, we create it once and then we can sell it again and again and again without putting in more effort or work. And because we only have to create it once, we can sell it for a lower price between $100 and $300. So how can you build this digital product once and continuously sell it? Well, you follow the same 3-step process that you did for your offer, but you change it up a little bit. So if we use the same example from the fitness niche, for the digital product, the 3-step process would look like this. Problem I'm solving is 9-to-5ers that have a limited time to go to the gym, and because of that, they're unhealthy. How I'm gonna solve this is with an ebook that has a 6-month workout plan, but again, it's not personalized, but it's more general, and I'm gonna price it at $250. And that's all. In a quick 1 to 2 hours, you can create this digital product and you can sell it forever to new clients every day, every month, every year. And for every client that takes your higher end offer, you simply create a personalized plan for them. There's no reason to overcomplicate this, but you might have one more question. How do you get clients? And that leads me to the 3rd step. Get dream clients to pay you. When you dial in your skill, your offer, and your digital product, it's time to generate some internet money. Your 3rd step is to simply get clients. And this is where most beginners mess up. They don't believe in themselves, they think it's hard, and they think they won't deliver any real results. But the only reason why you might feel this way is just because you haven't started yet. Everything hard in life started with just doing it. Your first time learning to ride a bicycle, you just had to start practicing. The first time you had a student job, it was also hard the first day. The first time you learned how to drive a car, like, it was also hard, but you gotta get started. And the same was for me, the same was for Suki, the same was for Nicholas. Actually, for everybody that followed our paid program so far, it was hard in the beginning. But how do you actually get the ideal client to pay you? It's done through a simple 3-step process. Firstly, you're gonna set up an account on Fiverr and Upwork. We're gonna create a profile because it's the fastest and easiest way for a beginner to get started. And I've already showed you how to choose a skill, how to create your offer. The only thing that rests you is to create a profile on these platforms. You need one good picture of yourself and a short explanation of what it is and how you can help people. The easiest way you can do this is in the following structure. 1, who are you? 2, what are you an expert in? How can people get in touch with you? And just so you understand, you don't have to overcomplicate this. Let me show you one of the leading fitness freelancers on the platform. Hey, I'm a trainer, a fitness model with a bachelor's degree in science, in kinesiology. I have over 8 years of experience creating effective fitness plans and videos for fitness apps and on-demand video platforms. My team can handle your fitness production project from start to finish. We also have a variety of spaces and instructors available. Message me directly to get started on your project. And her offer sounds like this. I create follow-along fitness videos. And based on my estimations, she made over $200K of this one skill alone. And she has 6 more skills that she's selling in the same fitness industry. So once you have your picture and your short bio, we can go to the next step. Secondly, you need to talk to a potential client. Now, I want to start by explaining, please do not overthink this. You're showing your skills online and there are people that are interested in your help and they'll contact you. And all you have to do is chat with them. But you have to keep an eye out for something, and that's the third step. Make sure you decide correctly that you want to sell to them the high-end offer or you want to sell to them the digital product. How I like to do that is by chatting with them and trying to understand their personality, their finances, and how committed they are to making this goal happen. And then I use one question to decide if I want to sell my high-end package. Do I want to work with this person for the next 10 years? If this is not a hell yes, I would sell them my digital product because I don't like headache. I want to enjoy my work. And that's why I would sell my digital product. But if I feel it's a hell yes, I will try to sell my high-end offer. But if then they don't have the finances to pay for my high-end offer, I would still try to sell my digital product. And with that, I either get $1,200 or $250, and I won't waste any more time. And guys, that's it. Do you see and understand how simple this is? With the 1, 2, 3 system, you could make 2K, 3K, 5K, even 10K per month, and finally start traveling the world as a digital nomad. And this is the same system I used, Suki used, Nicholas used to start making money on the internet and traveling the world. And I know you're excited for this, but I have to warn you because it might take a few more months if you're trying to figure this all out by yourself. And the reason for this is because you might have a hard time finding the best monetizable skill or even learning a whole new skill because they don't teach you those skills in school. You might struggle with finding and landing ideal clients who see you as an authority and even trust you without testimonials when you're starting out. You may overthink or run into problems with crafting your offer or your product where people immediately say yes to, delaying you traveling the world. But if you can solve these problems, believe me, the reward is so worth it. Clients love people that are hardworking and are willing to put in a lot of time and effort to get started. And I'm really proud of you because you're still watching this video. That means you're very serious about changing your environment and finally start traveling the world. And I gave you all the tools and systems to get started. But that doesn't matter if you don't use them correctly. Even though it's the same process that I use, I suffered and failed a lot in the beginning until I got it right. But when I had it, I was able to lead Suki and Nicholas so that they wouldn't fall for the same pitfalls that I did, which made my journey way longer than it had to be. I believe in you and I know you're capable of doing this on your own. But I also know from experience that doing this all by yourself can be very lonely, can be very hard, and most people give up because of that. Not because they can't do it, but just they feel so overwhelmed and they have nobody to motivate them or to give them feedback. So the only question becomes, how are you gonna get these results? Option number 1, take all the info I gave you and try to figure it out by yourself. While this is definitely a very good option, if this is you, go ahead, go get those results. But if you feel like you want to outmaneuver all these problems, and if you want to enjoy the freedom of traveling and all the other benefits you have with the digital nomad lifestyle as quick as possible, let me introduce you to the Digital Nomad Accelerator. It's a program where I take you by the hand and show you everything you need to do to go from 0 to 2,000 or 5,000 per month with the hybrid freelancing system, so you can finally start traveling the world. So just in a few minutes, I'll show you what's inside of the Digital Nomad Accelerator because it's so much more than a course. Phase 1 is a skill identifier. In this phase, I will show you how to find your perfect skill that you can sell for 1 to 3K in just a week. Phase 2, the start. In this phase, I will show you how to get your first paying client. Phase 3, the mastery. In this phase, I'll exactly show you how to scale to 3 to 5 to 10K without working more. 4, the digital nomad lifestyle. In this phase, I'll show you everything you need to go from your living room to a new country, a new house, a new environment, and to new friends. And on top of that, you get a bonus, the digital nomad community bonuses. Everything you could possibly need to become a digital nomad as fast as possible. Now, honestly, as a digital nomad myself, I know how much money it's worth to see all the parts of the world. And when I was thinking initially what the price should be, I was thinking around 1,500 US dollars. I think that's a very fair price. However, at that moment, it just didn't feel right, especially knowing that time is ticking for everyone. Every day, our government can think of a new restriction or like a new pandemic can hit us. So for that reason, instead of charging 1,500, I won't even ask half of that. I'll do you a very big favor. And if you're still watching this video today, that means you can get it at the price of 49 US dollars per month. And you can cancel any month you want. I must say you're personally very lucky that this exists, because for less than the price of an airline ticket, you can get access to all of this and finally start traveling and seeing the world through your own eyes instead of on Instagram, while making more money and saving more money doing so. So click on the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side. Badejoh out.